What's up, guys? Welcome to the tier list video, and this time we're going to be ranking Los Angeles Clippers jerseys from 2010 to 2020. And of course, I've been pretty vocal in the past, mostly towards my friends, but if you go and do some research in some of my videos in the past before, I've also mentioned that I just don't like Clippers jerseys in general. And I'm a Clippers fan, but there's a reason why I don't own a single jersey to this day. Now, there are some that are better than others, but we're going to be ranking these based on what I feel like are general jersey levels across the NBA, not just for Los Angeles. Because if you were going based off on that only, then some of these would be S tier and stuff like that. But realistically, there's only like one or two that are even remotely capable of getting close to an S tier. Anyway, without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into it. And the first one is arguably my least favorite. I just don't like that. I just don't really like that shade of blue, especially because of this little orange tinge right here. Yeah, it's not my cup of tea whatsoever. So we're gonna go ahead and start off by putting this in D tier. It's pretty trash in my opinion. Now this is a throwback to when the Clippers were actually the Braves way back in the day. So I mean, like, it has its classic part to it. So I'm not gonna put it as a D, but at the same time, it's not a jersey I would ever wear, and I just can't put it anywhere higher than a C. It's just not good looking. I mean, just look at this, like. I mean, the white and the orange isn't anywhere near as bad as the blue and the orange, like in this jersey. But I don't know. I just don't really like orange, so anything that has it is not going to be my cup of tea. This jersey right here is, I would definitely say one of the better ones, and that's saying something considering I don't like this one too much. But if you look at a lot of the other ones, they're either really plain or they just look like fucking absolute dog shit. So this one, it's definitely like has a retro look to it. I'm not talking about like the 70s or something like that. I'm talking about more like a early 2000s or 90s as well. It just looks good. I like the color scheme to it. I like the simple LA right there, the number there. So for this is a Clipper S, but realistically this is an NBA B. All right, this is probably the best one of them all, or at least top two. I don't think there's really anything that can really destroy this one, at least in terms of Clipper jerseys. Mostly because it just kind of reminds me of GTA San Andreas. And I don't know. I just like this. I like the white and the black, the font. Everything just looks really good. And this is one of the very few Clipper jerseys I would actually wear. So I'm going to go ahead and put this as an S tier. I think it's pretty safe to say this is probably going to be the only S tier on this list. Alright, so the next jersey is actually one of the better ones, I would say. I actually really like the color of it. Of course, I love red, so it just kind of makes sense. It just kind of fits. But there's just something about it that doesn't really sit with me 100%. I think it might be a little bit too flashy, even though it probably was kind of meant for that, because this is, of course, the Clippers back when it was Lob City with CP3, Blake Griffin, DeAndre Jordan, etc. So it just, I don't know. For me personally, I can't put it as an S tier, but I'll definitely go ahead and put it as an A. If this was just like only based on the level of the Clippers jersey, like I said, it would definitely be an S. But for the NBA in general, it's an A. I'm gonna go ahead and say this is by far the worst one. I was wrong about this one right here. This is definitely, in my opinion, the worst one. I just fucking hate that color. I hate the fact that it has sleeves. Like, sometimes those jerseys can look okay, but this one just in particular was terrible. Everything about it is just pure garbage. And there's no way in hell I can put it anything other than a fucking D. I probably should have added one just to be an F, but this is a fucking D. Well, actually, you know what? Let's just make this a fucking F for fucking fail. Hold on, make it caps. Just a terrible jersey. Everything about it's awful. The font, the colors, everything is just terrible. The sleeves, just pure garbage. Now we're moving on to what is essentially a I don't even know what to call this, man. Like, this is disgusting. Like, this is just a disgusting jersey. It's not quite as bad as the baby blue with the sleeves, but I would probably say it's actually worse than this. I mean, what the fuck is this bullshit right here? Like, honestly, do the Wizards have something like that nowadays? For some reason, I'm starting to think that the Wizards have something similar to that. I could be wrong, and I hope I'm wrong, but this is just complete and utter bullshit. The front of it looks like garbage, too. So this one's also going in F tier. Now, it's not quite as bad as this, like I said, but it definitely deserves to be an F tier. So now we're moving on to some of the very plain jerseys. We have this just black jersey with 32, the Clipper logo on the front, which, by the way, I don't like the Clippers logo. I don't like the modern Clippers logo. I just think it's fucking garbage. Now, this isn't the modern one, but you get the picture. It's just fucking shit. It's basically just a black jersey with a shit logo on it. Yeah, it's just a garbage jersey. Now, it's not F tier. I would just go ahead and say it's a C tier, because it's definitely nothing I would wear, because it doesn't look good at all. But it's not, it's like not something that deserves in the trash. So this next one is definitely a step in the right direction after the last 2 or 3 that we've unfortunately had to rank. I mean, this is definitely a nice one. I don't know if it's necessarily up to the same as this red one, but it does look pretty good. It's something that I could definitely wear. Yeah, it's one of the few that I could actually see myself owning. It is a Lob City jersey, and the Los Angeles font looks good. It's just kind of similar to this one. It might actually be from the same year too, now that I think about it. But I'm not gonna say that because I could be wrong. But they could be from the same year. Definitely, of course, from the same era with Blake Griffin and CP3. I feel like it looks at least as good as that one, so I feel like it's only fair to put it there. Maybe not quite as good looking, but pretty damn close. Alright, this one, we're going back to being shit. I mean, the Clipper logo, like I said earlier, I just don't like it at all. Like, honestly, the new one is somehow worse than the one previously, that we had previously, and it just continues to get worse and worse and worse. It's just too much. It's just, I don't know, all these modern logos look like shit to me, so I guess it's just kind of how things are going, and it's my personal taste. Now, the red isn't a problem, the white collar isn't a problem either. It's just that logo is trash. The 32 next to it, that's not the 32, but the number next to it just doesn't look good to me. I'm not a fan of that kind of jersey, so I'm gonna have to put this as a C. Nope, my bad. Put it as a B by accident. I want it to be a C. All right, moving on to this white one. I mean, it's just a white and blue logo jersey. There's really nothing to it. There's red on the back for the number, and I don't know. It just kind of reminds me of like an Atlanta Braves jersey, and that's not necessarily a good thing because I'm from near Atlanta, so if I had to have a baseball team, then I would pick the Braves. But at the end of the fucking day, man, like, this is just kind of a run-of-the-mill average jersey. I can't put it as a B because a B's, going towards being a nice jersey. But so I'm gonna have to go ahead and put this as a C because it's just average and boring. This one, I mean, it looks like it's basically this one, but with this garbage ass font. The color of the font just looks like shit. The color of the numbers, yeah, I don't know. I just don't like the fact that it blends in so much to where you can barely see it. That might appeal to some people, but it definitely doesn't appeal to me at all. I just think it's definitely worse than pretty much all of these. And honestly, I don't think I have much of a choice but to put it as an F. I just think it's a massive failure because they took an already nice jersey and they just completely butchered it. So I'm gonna have to go put this as a fucking F. This black one is essentially the same thing as this. The only difference is that instead of having the old logo, it has the new logo. So personally, I see no other option other than to put it in the exact same spot. But it is slightly worse because, first of all, this logo was better than this one, first of all. Second of all, because they already knew that this fucking jersey was garbage, and they basically just remade it exactly the same. So, honestly, I don't know what the hell was happening there, but I have to put it in the same exact spot as the other one that's pretty much its identical twin. This one, it's not terrible. I think it's this year's jersey, either this year's or last year's. I think it's this year's, but I mean, it's just not. There's just nothing to it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just your average jersey. It's just, I don't know. There's nothing to it that makes me think I want to buy that shit, and there's nothing that makes me think I want to wear it. So I mean, can I put it anywhere higher than a B? Definitely not. But it could also be a C because there's just nothing to it. There's literally nothing to it. So I have no choice but to put it as a damn C. And this is disappointing because we're really starting to see just how bad my Clippers jerseys have been and why I really don't own one. And we have the last jersey, and thankfully it is a good step in the right direction in terms of these ratings because I mean, the last few have been pretty shit, but this one now you could say it's very similar to this, but it's really not if you think about it, because of course the font is completely different. First of all, the number is not on the side; it's right here, and that's okay. That's fine. It's better than having like this shit logo there. And most importantly, it has these 2 lines right here. Now, you're going to might be saying, but it's just 2 lines. Yeah, but look at how it looks on Blake Griffin. Just in general, the design of this particular jersey is a lot better than a lot of these other plain ones. Now, is it going to be around up here? It's tough, because it could be. It really could be. It is one of the better ones, but it is still pretty simple. It is still just not quite, eye-grabbing. I feel like this one, it has that kind of flair. It might be a little bit too much, but it has that kind of, Lob City flair. This one, everything with the blue, the white, the red, everything pops with the blue base, and I just feel like everything looks pretty good there. But this one, having the white base, it's not quite as good as these two, but it's very close. So I'm going to go ahead and put this as a B. I feel like that's a pretty... Oh, wait, this is different. Oh, that's right, this is different. Oh, shit, yeah. Yeah, this one doesn't have the 2 lines. So this one is basically the same thing as this, only without the 2 lines. Now, I don't necessarily think it's, any worse. I'm just going to go ahead and put it right there, because to me it's basically the same exact jersey. Now, yeah, you could say it's a lot more, it's more similar to this, but it's really not, because it's literally this without the 2 lines. And I just feel like, it's pretty much the same jersey. And yeah, I think it's pretty much fair to list them in the same exact spot. So I feel like this is an okay list. As you can see, there's a lot more ugly jerseys than there are nice ones. I mean, B is just kind of average. A and S are nice, and the rest of them are just pretty shit. So I feel like that's fair. Let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think of my Clippers' jerseys over the years. Which ones do you think are actually wearable? Which ones do you think are just complete shit? And what would you have changed compared to where I put my stuff? I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and I will see you guys in the next tier list video. And let me know, by the way, in the comments, what kind of tier list you guys want me to do next, because I have a bunch of ideas, but I want to see what you guys want most importantly. That's what I care about the most, what you guys want to see. So guys, I'll see you in the next episode.